You may recall about a year ago, I had to open up this section of roof to deal with a roof leak issue unrelated to the one that I'm dealing with right now. Or maybe I should say, sort of unrelated. The product that I used to seal it was called Eternabond Roof Repair Tape. It's marketed as a one-step permanent repair system for all types of commercial or residential flat-top roofing materials. I have this 50-foot roll of 6-inch wide roof seal. I don't necessarily trust it as a permanent solution.
Don't get me wrong, it bonds really, really well. You wouldn't be able to peel this up.
Having said that, even though we've probably only got about 5 years left in this roof before we redo the whole roof anyway, I'd be more comfortable with a permanent repair where I use a 12-inch wide roll of EPDM and splice adhesive. But for now, this will do the job.
Buckle up for safety as I give you a day in the life of online. No, not online. I'm actually there. Facilities maintenance.
Hi there, welcome to another episode of What the Heck is Arne Doing Up on the Roof Again? It's like a rinse and repeat up here. Or second verse, same as the first. Only this time there's a plot twist. I'm going to try and landmark where it's coming through right now. It's a new location. The new drip is presenting 5 feet from the edge of Suzanne's window and 46 feet off the wall, which landmarks right here where the rocks are actually dry. So is it coming from this direction? Or is it coming from this direction? That drain over there is fixed. That drain over there is fixed. This drain here is fixed. There's a seam along here that's also been resealed. It runs to there, all the way, basically all the way back to that RTU and all the way up to that one. That seam has been resealed. That bare patch right there, that little square spot, is where I landmarked the current drip coming through. And so I thought, you know, it's worth checking my past work where I had to open this area up to determine exactly where the water was coming from in a previous leak coming over here. And I found something very, very suspicious. I took a closer look at what looked like a cut and decided to pull back, and I realized it's not a cut. Well, technically it is a cut, yes, but it's the original cut in the roof where I opened it up and then had to seal the seams back together. At first glance, what it might look like here is that the Eternabond Seam Seal Tape has shrunk, but it actually hasn't. What you're looking at is an adhesive failure, actually, where the gap in the split has actually widened. The reason you're seeing two pieces of seam tape here is because the gap was as wide as it was, and I overlaid two pieces to cover a wider area, and even that wasn't enough. This section over here looks perfectly fine, so there was obviously no tension at this gap. But here there was, and it's pulled apart almost 2 inches. And the result of that is the original cut in the membrane has moved so far that that cut edge has revealed itself in places along the edge of the seam tape. And this is what is now leaking. This seam tape, which the roofing supply company told me everybody's going to now, and that's why they no longer carried the Firestone product, in certain applications, it's absolutely fine. When I'm doing my repairs around the drains and resealing small areas, or in an area like this, where you can see there has been no shrink back, no pullback, this is exactly where it was laid down, it's fine. But when there's lateral movement, stretching of the membrane, this is not the product to use. So what I am going to have to do here is take a good look at any of the seams where I'm seeing movement and reseal them with quick splice seam tape, the Firestone product. That's what this is here. I've never seen that release like this has done along here.
I have to own the fact that I kind of created this problem here, in the sense that when I opened up this area last year to resolve a different issue, that when I sealed it back up, I actually kind of created a ticking time bomb just waiting to fail. And granted, it failed because I used a product that I was assured was what everybody is using now. I guess everyone who's using it is going to find out the same thing that I did, that while in some applications it's probably just fine, in anything like this, where there's going to be a tendency for the seam to want to spread apart, this is not the product to use.
As such, I have exposed the whole area that I worked on last year, and wherever the seam tape is pulling back, I am going to reseam all of those with a product that has historically proven will not fail. I managed to find a supplier that is still carrying it, and yeah, I am very confident that this repair will not fail. I just have to give it an hour or so to let the standing water dry up completely. Then I can go over the areas with weathered membrane cleaner and scrub those clean, let that flash off, apply my adhesive, lay down my seam sealing tape, seal that up, and call it a day. Well, it's pouring rain today. Let's see what we've got. Oh man. Not a single drop anywhere. It's dry as a bone. I guess we won't be needing you anymore. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day.